Hi everyone, in today's video you'll learn everything about the null variable in PowerShell. So in this video you'll learn everything about the null variable in PowerShell. It's very important because it has specific semantics that affects, for example, comparison, pipelines, arrays and error handling. And I will describe you everything in this video. So let's start with what is a null. Null basically represents the absence of a value in PowerShell. So if I will write the null in the terminal, so in order to write a variable, of course you have to do the $sign and now the null. As you can see, we are printing nothing because null represents the absence of the value. You can of course attach this null to a variable. So for example, variable will equal null, and I will print this variable. As you can see, we are still getting nothing. And now it's very important to say that null is not a zero, is not an empty string, and null is not a false. So maybe I will write something like this. So null is not equal to the zero, it is not equal to the empty string like this, and it's not equal to the false. So it's very important to remember. And now, how to check for a null variable in a correct way? Of course, you have to use the if statement. And now, inside of the parentheses, you have to specify the condition. And it's very important to say that you should put null always on the left side, because it is, I would say, more safe. So null equal the variable of var. Of course it will be equal. Why? Because I attached var equals null in the second line. So I will print just variable is null, like this. And we can close that. As you can see, we are printing variable and null. How the null behaves in the comparisons. So if I will do null equals and null, of course it is true. If I will do null not equals and null, of course it is false. But if I will do the null with something like this, but of course it should be out of the parentheses, so equals null, we are getting we are basically returning a null. So not a boolean value, not the true or false, we are just returning a null, and this is a common source of bugs, so you need to remember that in that case you will return a null value. How the null behaves in arrays. So let's create an array like this. So array, and we will create the array of null and 1 and 2, for example. Now I will print that array. As you can see, we have only two values, but it's very important to say that null is still the element. So if I will do array and count, so we will count the values from this array. As you can see, even though we are printing only two values, the array contains three values, so null is still an element in the array. We can filter that, so we can use array and we can do where object and not equal and null. And as you can see, by doing this we will also print these two values. Now maybe I will clear that. How does the null behaves in pipelines. So let's do null, and for example for each and object print hello, like this. As you can see, null will just basically allows us to print this value one time. So this is how it works. And now, how to suppress the output with the null. So we can do something like this. Let's say that we have the process get, maybe process. With this command we are lifting all processes from our system. But we can actually suppress this output into a null. So we can do get process, and we can just suppress it to the null, and by doing this we will get no output. As you can see, it is working fine. Or we can do null equals get process, and now we can print null. As you can see, we are still getting null. So null can discard output, and it is useful for ignoring return values. So what is the, maybe now we will compare the things that I talked about on the beginning of the video. So this empty string, the empty array, for example, the numeric 0. So let's compare null to the empty string. As you can see, we are getting false. As I said, null is not an empty string. Null equals 0. As you can see, null is also not a 0. Null, I talked about false, I think. So false. As you can see, again we are getting false. And for example, let's compare it with the empty array. So like this. Again we are getting false. So they are not equivalent. Null is just the, basically null represents the absence of the value, and in that case 0 is a value, false is a value, empty string is also a value. Now maybe we will talk about null in the conditions. So how does the null behave in the conditions? So let's do if null and this is a test condition. We can close that. As you can see, we are printing nothing, so that means that null in the condition evaluates to the false variable. So when we are passing null, basically this condition is a false. Now let's do this with the function. So what will happen if we will return a null with the function? So function and test null output, for example. Now we will return null, and now that is fine, we can do it. And now we can first of all do the test and null output. As you can see, we are printing nothing. Even if I will try to attach this result to the variable, we will still get nothing. So as you can see, and I can print the result. As you can see, we are printing nothing. So return null in the function basically means that function returns nothing. So this is how it works. And now maybe I will do something like this. So we will create a simple function a, and we will return a null. And now we will do function and b, and we will just do the empty function. And now what will happen if I will do the count? So count of the a 0 and count of the b. So as you can see, the count of the return null is the same as the count from the empty function. So, and maybe at the end I will show you how does it behave in the hash table. So let's create a hash table where the key, for example, will equal to null, like this. So this is a hash table, and now we can do, first of all, we can print that. As you can see, key exists with the value of null. So if I will do, for example, h contains key of key, as you can see, we are getting true. And we can do, for example, the comparison. So if the key, we can check if the key equals the null value. As you can see, this is also true. So even though the key is equal to null, this key exists, and you can check it by just printing a hash table, or just doing this contains key option. And now this is, I think, all in this video. So what are the best practices? Always use null on the left side of the condition. You can use null to discard output, and be careful with arrays and comparison, because it might be a little bit confusing at the beginning. And that's all in this video. If you found this video helpful and you know how the null variable works in PowerShell, you can leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.